Join me today as I go through part of my stash to determine if I have the perfect fabric to complete my next quilting masterpiece. Hi, my name is Tammy and I have a fabric stash. I know that is not something that is novel for us quilters because we all have some sort of stash, but I decided to bust up some of my stash because I want to get into dyeing my own fabric with natural botanical dyes. So in order to give myself permission to embark on this fabric dyeing journey, I said, Tammy, you need to bust up that stash you already have. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. Here, my quilty friend, is the partial stash that I will be busting up today. I will show you more details about what's in this stash in just a moment. So here is the stash that I have the goal of busting up. And it's a combination of different patterns I've already, and they're pre-cuts, and I've already starched them and it's all dry and they just kind of hang out in this stack. And so let's see, there are different themes here. This is just some flowers. And then here I have some, I think this is like a Japanese theme. I have some butterflies in here. This is more along that Asian print theme. This goes with that collection. Oh, this goes with the butterfly collection. More butterflies, more butterflies. This is actually some really nice fabric. And then I obviously have a polka dot collection in stars. And then I tried to keep the colors, keep them organized by colorway, but that didn't work out so well. And then here is more of the flower palette. Here's some stripes, more flowers and polka dots, and here's some black. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you which of these fabrics I chose for my bed runner project. The pattern that I've chosen to bust up this stash is called the Go Cube Row House Bed Runner. It's a free pattern that's offered on the AccuQuilt website, and the pattern number is P as in Paul, Q as in quilt, 55971. I selected this pattern because I like projects that I can complete faster, and so bed runners are something I can potentially finish in, I don't know, faster than a full-size quilt. And I saw some patterns or some quilts that have houses, and I thought they were so cute. And so I said, well, I want a project that has houses, but I don't want to have to A, rotary cut, and B, design it myself. So that's when I found this pattern on the AccuQuilt website. So this bed runner pattern can be made from a 10-inch cube, a 12-inch cube, an 8-inch cube. You can use any cube size actually, but of course the smaller the cube that you use, the smaller finished dimensions you will have, your project will be. So I'm using my 12-inch, and according to that, it should be, I don't know the measurements, because I'm not actually going to follow the pattern because I just realized that I don't have enough fabric to do this. So my quilty friend, this was more of a challenge than I anticipated. Because I use my 12-inch cube, I needed larger pieces of each fabric color. So the pattern calls for 9 different colors that you use to make the body of your house. And so I decided to go with this really cute flower motif. And here are all the 9 different colors. And I kind of like this arrangement. Essentially what's going to happen is all of these will be, it's a 9 patch essentially, and they'll all be pieced together to make the body of the house. I may tinker around with the arrangement, but thus far it looks good. Here are those large half square triangles that will be used to make the rooftops for the houses. Again, I'll be making 4 houses. Okay, my quilty friend, here is where I ran into big time trouble. So in the pattern, They do have a couple of colors of blue to make the sky. That is the sky on top of above the houses and in between the houses. I was successful in having enough green fabric to make the trees. And then here is the brown that I'll be using for the tree trunks. Here is that blue that will be used as some of the sides to border on the houses. And again, more pieces that will support the spaces in between the houses. Now, here is where I ran into trouble. When you are working with any pattern, I know you guys know this, but I don't know what I was thinking. I totally was not paying attention and I cut the wrong shape with this beautiful blue fabric. So you can see here that this is the correct shape, of course. And ordinarily, if I didn't miscut the fabric, I wouldn't have this seam here. And so let me flip it over. So you can see here that this half square triangle was pieced instead of, instead of this one, which is just the whole fabric. This is the way it's supposed to look. But because I did not read the pattern or picked up the wrong dye, I cut up this beautiful blue fabric and then realized that I was out of fabric and I cut the wrong piece. So from there, I was going to say suture. I'm a nurse, so I don't know why that word just popped in my head. But I was going to suture together those pieces because I needed to save that fabric because I had to make the blue sky or the blue pieces to this pattern. So that's my little mix up for this cutout, but it's going to be beautiful nonetheless. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you about? I think that's the major part. This brown here for the tree trunks is already cut to the appropriate size. I was almost ready to make a mix up with this as well and make it more narrow. But then when I read the pattern, I'm like, okay, I actually did that right. So from here, I am going to piece together these houses. You will have to stay tuned, come back to the channel and see what the houses look like when I complete them because I don't have the bandwidth to do that in this video. So I am going to sew the houses together. So stay tuned to the channel and sometime in the next week or so, you will see the houses. Thanks for joining me. Okay, my quilty friend. Whew, that was an interesting journey. So let me know down in the comments below, have you embarked on busting up your stash? And if so, what patterns are you using? Are you a quilter who just doesn't care and your stash is out of control and you're okay with that? Either way, let me know. Thank you for joining me and I will see you in the next video. Bye.